Who was Alan Turing? Alan Turing was an English mathematician, computer scientist, philosopher, and a theoretical biologist. Turing was highly influential in the development of theoretical computer science, providing a formalism of the concepts of algorithm and computation with the Turing machine, which can be considered a model of the general-purpose computer. Artificial neural network is a branch of artificial intelligence and has been accepted as a new computing technology in a computer science fields. It also considers the integration of neural networks with other computing methods such as fuzzy logic to enhance the interpretation ability of data. Artificial neural network is considered as major soft computing technology and have been extensively studied and applied during the last 2 decades. The most general applications where neural networks are most widely used for problem solving are in pattern recognition, data analysis, control, and clustering. Artificial neural networks have abundant features including high processing speeds and the ability to learn the solution to a problem for a set of samples. Artificial neural networks (ANN) have been developed as generalization of mathematical models of biological nervous system. A first wave of interest in neural networks emerged after the introduction of simpler neurons by McCulloch and Pitts, 1943, also known as connectionist models. An artificial neural network is a network of collections of very simple processors, neurons, each possibility having a small amount of local memory. The units operate only on their local data and on the inputs they receive via the connection of links which are unidirectional. A network unit has a rule for submitting for signal committing in a rule for calculating an output signal that is then sent to other network units. According to Collin, the rules for calculating the output is known as the activation function. A neural network has three layers in its structure. First layer is input layer, which is directly interact with external worlds. Second layer is of hidden units where computing is done according to function provided. The last layer is output layer from where we get output. The knowledge in neural network is stored as synaptic weights between neurons. The network propagates the input data from layer to layer until the output data is generated. If the network is multi-layer perceptors with backpropagation algorithm and the output is different from the desired output, then an error is calculated and propagated backwards through the network. The synaptic weights are modified as the error is propagated. Nowadays, researchers attempt to build a silicon-based electronic network that is modeled on the working and form of the human brain. For example, we can see in this image that the one that is on the right side is artificial neural networks and the other side that is in the left side is a biological. Generalization, the information that we have, we can deduct that the ability that makes the ANN is a very powerful tool. Also, it's awesome how the human brain works is learn to realize patterns and remember them. Similarly, the neural networks developed have the ability to learn patterns and remember. Reinforcement learning is based upon both supervised and unsupervised learning. It's learning what to do, how to do map situations to action so as maximize numerical reward signal. In this learning, there is reward for correct outputs and penalty for wrong outputs. Reinforcement learning is also called learning with a critic as opposed to learning with a teacher. The learning methods in a neural network can be classified into three categories. There are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. In supervised learning networks, inputs as well as corresponding outputs is given to the networks in forward errors or discrepancies between the desired and actual response for each node in the output layer are found. These are then used to determine weight change in nets according to the prevailing learning rule. The term supervising originates from the fact that the desired signals on individual output nodes are provided by the external teacher. Unsupervised learning. In this type of learning, external teacher is not present, so this kind of learning is based upon clustering technique. According to inputs pattern, clusters are divided into different classes. This kind of learning is also called self-organization.